Canadian Bulldog from Wrestling Merchandise and Memories, that's merchandiseandmemories.com, and today we're going through every WCW Galoob figure. Galoob was a toy maker best known for creating the Micro Machines line of toy vehicles. In 1990, they acquired the license to produce the first ever figures for World Championship Wrestling. Unlike the articulated figures being created by Hasbro for the World Wrestling Federation, WCW's figures were plastic statues that were extremely detailed, even more so than their WWF counterparts. Just before we get started, wanted to remind you that Wrestling Merchandise and Memories has more than 100 unique and conversation-starting top 50 lists on its site. Check it out at bit.ly/top50lists. The original series of WCW figures were released in 1990. The man called Sting was posed to do his Stinger Splash. He was wearing blue trunks, black boots, and colorful pink and black face paint. His hair also had a rat tail at the back. The total package Lex Luger was all flexy Lexi as he was flexing his muscles. He had long feathered hair, blue trunks, black knee pads, and white boots. The dog-faced gremlin Rick Steiner is wearing his collegiate headgear and is prepared to give you a belly-to-belly suplex. He's also wearing a two-tone purple singlet and red boots. Rick's brother Scott Steiner is decked out in yellow and black trunks, is sporting a glorious mullet, and is posed to either do some sort of suplex or, if you use your imagination, a Frankensteiner. Flying Brian Pillman is poised to jump off the top rope. He has curly blonde hair, white boots, and trunks that signify his allegiance to the Cincinnati Bengals. The Z-Man Tom Zink represents the mid-card in your WCW Figure Federation. He's dressed all in white and is prepared to either punch you in the face or drop the elbow. Nature Boy Ric Flair is styling and profiling with baby blue trunks, matching knee pads and boots with his initials on them, of course, and he's prepared to drop the knee on his opponents. Woo! The Enforcer Arn Anderson is decked out in his signature red and white gear, and you may notice a bit of a bald spot on top of his head, something that was corrected in later versions. He is posed to deliver the AA Spinebuster. Barry Windham is decked out in black trunks and cowboy boots and has his hair tied up in a ponytail. He is prepared to deliver a suplex to his opponents. Sid Vicious rounds out the Four Horsemen, taller than anyone else in this series. He is jacked, wearing a black singlet and boots, and is prepared to deliver a crushing powerbomb. Butch Reed is decked out in gray sweatpants, as well as black electrical tape around his wrists and fingers. You may also notice that he's wearing Nike sneakers, something that went the way of AA's bald spot in future re-releases due to copyright reasons. Reed's partner in Doom, Ron Simmons, is wearing slightly more blue pants and also has the electrical tape. You will notice his sneakers are just white with no Nike logos on them. Damn! Rounding out the series are two repaints of the Sting figure, which were also released in the UK series. This one here has orange trunks instead of blue and different color face paint. And this version of the Stinger has black trunks and yellow boots, as well as pink face paint. Series 2 was distributed exclusively in the UK. Not only were there new characters and new molds of existing characters, but also repaints of the Series 1 figures. Starting with the repaints, Nature Boy Ric Flair was decked out in red trunks that had a lightning bolt on them for some reason, and black boots. Arn Anderson had solid red trunks and a darker complexion, but what he no longer had was his bald spot. The total package Lex Luger had green and yellow trunks. The dog-faced gremlin Rick Steiner was sporting a lime green singlet with patterns on it in black. Scott Steiner's singlet was repainted red and blue, a somewhat similar pattern that his later WWF Hasbro figure would also have. Sid Vicious swapped his black singlet for something that is reddish pink. There are also alternate versions of Ron Simmons, Brian Pillman, and Barry Windham, although we don't have them in our collection quite yet. In terms of existing characters with new molds, the Stinger is wearing his Sgt. Pepper's jacket, which is resplendent in pink and black and has fringes hanging down from each arm. Lex Luger also comes in a black and silver robe that we don't really remember him wearing, although it looks great on him. There's also a chain that came with the figure initially. In terms of brand new characters for the series, there's Jimmy Jam Garvin of the Fabulous Freebirds, who is wearing black trunks with patterns on them and has traces of face paint. And of course, you can't have Jimmy Jam without his tag team partner Michael P.S. Hayes, who has matching trunks, yellow boots, and face paint as well. And they call him the Natural, although he's not necessarily a natural at standing up on his own. Dustin Rhodes comes complete with a red and white cowboy vest and blue and red cowboy boots to match. Ali Gante is easily the tallest character in this collection, and he comes decked out wearing his black, red, and silver uniform. And the one Galoob character our collection is sorely missing belongs to Big Josh, who is outfitted in flannel, has a black hat, and comes with a removable axe handle. In 1991, Galoob released a series called WCW Superstars, which were 14-inch figures that were articulated at the arms, head, and legs. This series included Sting, Nature Boy Ric Flair, the Total Package Lex Luger, and Sid Vicious. And finally, there were several WCW Galoob figures that never found their way to stores. These include repaints of existing figures, new molds for some of the top stars, and unreleased figures of Ricky Morton, PN News, and the Diamond Stud. What did you think of our look at every WCW Galoob figure? Be sure to leave a comment below and subscribe to Wrestling Merchandise and Memories for much more great content.